All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. It is Uncle Makara, all relations. Let's get started today. We're talking all about overthinking today, okay? Overthinking is a very, very important topic because it is something that we all struggle with, right? It's something that comes up at random times that takes us away from the present moment. It takes us away from the nowness, the eternitas. And this is why we need to feel our way back into presence. We can't think our way back into presence. We can try to, okay? Try to use logic step by step, but it's all about being here and now, okay? Being fully present, absorbed in the eternitas. So this is what I first of all want you to understand first and foremost, okay? I called this title Overthinking is not a mental problem, it's energetic constipation, because it really is, okay? It's a stuckness of the body's mechanisms, right? Its internal energetic systems and mechanisms. So this is what I'm going to help you today with in overcoming. Let me just share this with the tribe first. All right, cool. So without much further ado, let's get started, okay? Let's get started today. I told someone the other day, worry is a waste of your imagination because you could be using your time and energy into something way greater. Okay. So anxiety is what happens when your soul wants to scream, but your polite little mouth says, I'm fine. So it's trapped thunder. Okay. It's bottled lightning. Even if you take something like depression, it's like to push something down, right? The opposite of that would be expression or to squeeze something out. So the body is keeping receipts for all the times that you swallowed your truth like a bad medicine. And now the bills due. The bills due. Okay, the bills due meaning that's why you're getting the anxiety. You see, your body is a temple, but your body is also a pressure cooker. And if you don't let the steam out, congratulations, you just built yourself a little torture chamber. Okay, with mood lighting and a Himalayan salt lamp. Most people try to numb their anxiety. Let me just numb it down. Medicine, distractions, drugs, scrolling through TikTok, hoping to find the meaning of life between a cat video and someone doing the Macarena in Bali. But here's the thing no one tells you. Anxiety isn't asked to be numbed. It's begging to be heard. So when is the last time that you gave yourself permission to feel your anxiety? To actually understand the internal mechanism that's going on when your body goes into this fight or flight mode. And here's the thing no one tells you, okay? That panic, that racing heart, that's not your body betraying you. That's your body advocating for you, actually. It's your body saying, hey, genius, speak up. But you bit down, clenched your jaws. You played nice. So you store that unsaid fuck you in the filing cabinet of your ribs next to the folder labeled all of the things that I should have said at the meeting. And here's where I'm going to drop a wisdom tsunami, okay? If you don't move emotion, right, energy in motion, it moves you. Not in the sexy salsa dancing way. I'm talking about insomnia, chest tightness, okay? Panic attacks. So what's the real move? It's not another mantra that's slapped over your misery like a spiritual band-aid. It's not sitting like a good little monk with your nervous system throwing a rave. It's to open the damn pipe. Your throat, not just for smoothies and compliments, okay? Not just for your green drinks. It's your body's steam valve. Ah, you got to make sounds. So the vagus nerve starts to activate. Shout, growl, roar. You moan like the earth herself after a good rain. And I don't care if it sounds pretty. I just care that it sounds real. Yell into a pillow, scream underwater if you must. Okay, bonus points for drama. Hit the warrior pose and let it rip like your ancestors are watching you, because they are. And when your anger drains, here's your next medicine. You start humming. Okay. Did that at the gym tonight. Bioenergetics. Epic. Epic. You gotta understand to vibrate in the stuck places, right? So you're rubbing your chest. You're murmuring like your grandma used to when she hummed lullabies, right? That made the whole room soft. Anything that clears the throat, right? Because the humming soothes the heart, but anger clears the throat. I think most people are either bottling the storm or they're bypassing it entirely. But you're smarter than that. So remember, the body speaks what the tongue won't dare. The heart beats what the ego won't feel. And the soul is just waiting for you to stop pretending you're fine and let the thunder roll. Okay? For the love of Shakti, let it out. Stay primal, stay plugged in. You're not too much in your head, you're just not enough in your body. So you're spinning up here in the brain because you're frozen down here. So the mind is running laps because the heart's got locked in a cage and the nervous system is out here screaming for a release. But you're too busy making some kind of pros and cons list, okay? So thinking is the smoke, feeling is the fire. Instead of facing the heat, you're out here analyzing the temperature. So overthinking is what happens when the mind tries to solve only what the body can process. Oof, right? This hits because it's teaching us that you cannot outlogic your grief, right? You cannot spreadsheet your sadness. You're running flowcharts on your rage, but feelings aren't problems to solve. They're rivers to swim. They're storms to dance with. And the longer that you dam the river with your logic, more pressure builds, pressure builds, pressure builds. That anxiety, that analysis paralysis, that's not because you're thinking too much. It's because you're feeling too little. Or worse, you're feeling just enough to be terrified of feeling anymore. So you climb up out of the attic, out of your head, but then you chain yourself to the wheel of thoughts because at least up here, you don't have to face the earthquake in your gut. But the body remembers. The body always remembers every unshed tear stored in your tissues, every unscreamed fuck you trapped in your throat chakra like a hostage, every heartbreak you skipped past like a polite yogi. Oh, it's down there, still lurking in the hips, right? Waiting for the right song to crack you open. So what do? You stop trying to think your way free, you feel your way home. You got to sound it out, move it out, breathe it out. Okay? Just like Samba did, bioenergetics. Okay? Stomping the floor until your ancestors wake up and start clapping for you. The mind spins when the heart is silenced. The mind calms when the body speaks. So don't make overthinking the bad guy, the villain, the evil thing that you're fighting against. It's just your body begging you to feel something, damn it. Overthinking is under feeling. So if you're stuck in a loop, stop solving, start sensing. Get primal, get loud. You're not here to figure life out, you're here to feel life out. Okay? So get back into the temple of your body where you feel a solace, an inner sanctum, a connectedness. Feel your breath, feel your pulse, feel your goddamn life within your bones. Out here vaporizing your excuses and igniting your soul. Now go and feel something before your mind chews you alive. If you're ever feeling numb, okay, or disconnected, or floating around like a head with no body, it's not because you're broken. It's because you're holding your damn breath. You're holding your breath. So you're out here wondering why life feels gray, why God seems like he's left you on red, why your heart feels like it's on airplane mode. But meanwhile, your own chest is locked tighter than your ex's Instagram account. So let me make this plain and simple. The moment you stop breathing fully, you stop feeling fully. The moment you stop breathing fully, you stop feeling fully. And the moment you stop feeling fully, you stop living fully. Now, I know in the past I used to give this advice to hold your breath. However, I'm noticing something different now that I start to reflect. Breathing sounds way too basic, right? Like, come on, Uncle Makara, I gotta breathe every day, really? But do you really breathe deep? Or are you just barely inhaling survival mode and exhaling disappointment? You see, your body is smarter than your overthinking brain. It remembers every moment when the world felt unsafe, every time you wanted to cry, but you didn't. Every time you were told, man up, don't be weak. Boys don't cry, okay? Calm down. Stop being dramatic. What did you do? Tighten up. You zipped the lip, you froze the flow, you held the breath, you gasped. Because the body stops moving. When it's in fear, the feelings can't move either. So now you're just like a well-behaved corpse. You can't numb the pain without numbing the joy, right? You can't numb the pain without numbing the joy. You can't suppress the grief without also suppressing the bliss. You can't block the rage without also blocking your own radiance. So the price of not feeling too much is that you don't get to feel anything, I'm afraid. Now, some of you are out here trying to pray your way out of it. But how's the spirit supposed to move through a house when the windows are shut, when the doors are bolted, when the air is all stale? You are the temple. But if the temple is armored, stiff, and breathless, the holy won't stay. The holy's got way better things to do than haunt your tension. So what's the remedy? Breathe, damn it. Breathe like you mean it. Open your mouth, open your jaw, get loud, get weird. Do the kind of breath work that scares the neighbors, right? Let your body do the thing that your mind's been avoiding, because healing isn't about sitting like a statue on Xanax. It's about moving like a gazelle after the lion has missed you. It's about letting the ripples run through your fascia, your hips, your tongue, your toes. So if you want to feel connected to yourself, feel your feet, feel your breathing, feel your ovaries or balls, right? Yeah, I said it. You want to feel connected to God? You have to trust your own body first, Because if you can't trust your own nervous system, how the hell am I going to trust the universe's nervous system? Right? So the numbness is not your enemy. It's just your body whispering, hey, bro, I'm still here. I'm still here, right? In attendance. You want to feel me again? Right? You want to feel me again? But I'll tell you right now, you can't think your way out of this one, right? Visualize your dream life and smile. A bunch of nonsense. This is primal. This is elemental. This is your birthright. You got to shake. You got to sound. You got to breathe so fully that your ribs remember that they were built like a cage to let the lion roar, right? And if you need a guide to walk you back into your own aliveness, if you're ready to stop floating, start feeling, you know where Uncle Makara is at. Okay, hit the link. We'll breathe. We'll shake. We'll walk the spirit back up. You aren't dead yet, so let's make sure that you're fully alive. You can't outthink the demon that lives in your head because it was never born in your mind. It lives in the body. So overthinking is not a mental problem, as I said. It's energetic constipation. It's stuckness. So here's the cosmic gag. You can't think yourself out of thinking. You can't meditate your way out of mental warfare if your body's still holding an armor of fear. You can't chant your way into peace if your diaphragm is locked tighter than Fort Knox. Yeah, the Emerald Tablet said it. Yeah, or the Hermetic Kybalion said it, as above, so below, as within, so without. But what they didn't put on the brochure is this. If you're trapped above, okay, up in the skull, the medicine is below, down in the bones and the breath and the belly. So thinking is yang energy. It's electric. Feeling is yin. Breathing is yin. Overthinking is too much fire with no grounding earth. So your head is just the flowering branch of the tree, but your roots are the soil of your flesh, right? Your fascia, your breath wave. So God doesn't live in your concepts. God lives in your cells. I mean, honestly, I think about this, right? Who beats my heart for me, right? Who digests my food without me like paying attention to it? It sure as hell isn't my ego with its cute little affirmations. No, it's the currents of life itself. It's the Tao, it's the Shakti, it's the Chi, it's the Ki, it's the Prana, it's the Orgone, whatever name you want to call it, Vril, right? It doesn't care about your positive self-talk if your body is still in freeze response. So yes, in the Kabbalah, it is said that the light must descend into the vessel. But a cracked, tense, armored vessel cannot hold light. In Vajrayana, the winds, the inner winds, they talk about the prana that must flow through the nadis or the channels. But if the winds are blocked, the mind spins like a cursed wheel. In Hermeticism, true alchemy is about turning lead of the body into the gold of the spirit. But lead doesn't transmute through thoughts. It transmutes through heat, tummo, right? Breath work, movement, sound. So you don't need more mental strategies. You need a somatic exorcism, a sacred shake the devil out of your bones ritual. Because here's the thing, the yoga teacher was too polite to tell you, it's not your thoughts that are toxic, it's the stuck energy between them and beneath them. You see, so thought is just the smoke, body is holding the fire. If your jaw is clenched, if your lips are if your hips are locked, if your breath is shallow, no mantra is going to save you. The sages didn't say be still and know because they wanted you stiff like a dead branch. They said it because once you've danced the demons out, once you've sighed from your fascia, then stillness is possible. So get weird, embodied, and primal. Chant. Breathe like a madman in love with life. Laugh like a lunatic Buddha on his cheat day. Dance so silly, okay? Your mind has no choice but to shut up and watch. And for the love of all that is sacred, lift some heavy shit. Not just for gains, because gravity heals the mind by reminding the body, I am still here, I'm alive, motherfucker. You are not stuck in your head, my friend, you are stuck in your armor. So the key was never in the head. It was in the breath, the hips, the sound, the sway. The mind spins when the body stops moving, but the spirit sings when the body remembers its rhythm. Hallelujah, amen. Okay, so let's get back into our rhythm again. Get back into this dance with the divine, because only then will we stop overthinking. You see? Dropping truth bombs and love spells at the same damn sentence. Okay? Indecision is a demon. And every time you hesitate, that demon feeds. See, most people are paralyzed not because they don't know what to do, but because they're addicted to finding the perfect thing to do. And that's a sneaky little dopamine trap, right? That addiction. The brain gets high off of optimizing, but the body stays frozen. It sits there spinning, thinking, calculating, checking the options like a stock market ticker, waiting for the right time to move. But here's the esoteric truth. Energy loves movement. Energy loves movement. And indecision is energy without direction. Indecision is just energy without direction. Once you put that energy somewhere, it goes, flows in. You want to know why this happens? Especially if you're rocking the ADHD flavor of consciousness, because your brain's executive function, right? That internal CEO, sometimes it just clocks out, right? It leaves the interns in charge or whatever. The intern is there, is panicking. Oh, shit, fuck. Should I do the laundry, the dishes? Should I organize? Fuck, do I have to write an email? Do you have to meditate now? Do you have to manifest now? I don't know. Meanwhile, the clock is just laughing at you, right? So here's what the ancients knew, that neuroscience is just catching up to. The mind is a wild horse, but the body, that's its reins. So you don't try to think your way into action, do you? You move your way into clarity. You do the action and then the wisdom emerges. You're not thinking about doing the action. You're not talking about doing the action. You're not wanting to do the action, but then postponing it for next week, right? You are leaning into the most natural response for you. So if you have to say hi to somebody and they're a stranger and you don't say hi, at least you could walk past them. At least you could go around the block. At least you can understand some other ways to do this thing, right? You don't have to go from point A to point B right away. You could go to point A and then take up point A point A1, and then A2, and then A5, and then A7, and then you skip some levels, right? And then now you're in A, now you're just hitting B closer. So this is the way that you got to move with the energy, right? You're not going to outthink your paralysis, but you can out-ritual it, you can out-breathe it, you can out-shake it, okay? So Taylor Swift wasn't like, BSing us with her song Shake It Off, right? But here's the big medicine. Stop aiming for the best decision. Stop aiming for the best decision. Aim for the next best decision. Okay? If you're aiming for perfection, and if you're aiming for optimization, it's going to make you more hesitant, right? It's just going to make you more hesitant. So forget perfectionism, forget optimization cycles. The universe rewards momentum. That's it. That's why I teach my tribe, prioritize before the storm. Make your choices when your mind is clear, not when your mind is in chaos. Yeah, when your mind is clear, you write the list, you rank the list, right? But don't trust your head when it's spinning and then you write a list out of that energy. Trust the plan you made before the spin, right? Trust the plan you made before the spin. And when you feel that freeze creeping up your spine again, signal the switch. Say it out loud, right? Speak it into the room like a shaman casting a spell. Now I wash the dishes. Now I answer that email. Now I sit my ass down and breathe. Don't wait to feel like it. You command the moment. Now I do this. Now I do that. Now I do that. Now I do this. You command the moment. Because in peak performance shamanism, we don't wait for motivation. We create it. We're self-amusing. We generate it, right? So energy flows where ritual goes, right? And chaos feeds on hesitation. Life force loves decisiveness, though. So stop feeding the chaos. Just give that energy of indecision somewhere to go. Stop letting the mind run the show like a drunk DJ that keeps skipping over tracks, right? Get back in your body. Get back in your breathing. Your holy temple. You move like the man or woman who's already free and loved. You rest when it's time to rest. You move when it's time to move. But you never, ever confuse the two. That's how we will roll in this dojo called life as a peak performance shaman. Dropping the hammer, clearing the fog, reminding you the path is made by walking, not by wandering. So if you're ready to break the loop, stay locked in with me. We're just getting started, okay? If your mind is making you miserable, newsflash, most of these thoughts aren't even yours. You heard me. You're not possessed, not by ghosts, by jingles, commercials, algorithms, mama's unhealed trauma, daddy's depression, your ex's judgment still echoing in the skull like bad karaoke at 3 a.m., right? So how do I detox the mind? How do I cleanse these unresourceful thoughts? How do I get rid of these stuck memories, these loops that I've been living like a prisoner in my own head? Here's the first dose of my shamanic truth serum for you in terms of this topic. You can't cleanse your mind with more mind, right? You don't treat poison with more poison, do you? So the battlefield isn't in your head. It's in your nervous system. It's in your energy field. And you're just emotionally, energetically constipated. You gotta shake it out, let it out. It's the somatic memories of the body where those little mind parasites set up camp. So you think that thought is yours, that's just radio transmission from fear frequency network, right? Sponsored by consumerism, brought to you by trauma. Okay, have you ever wondered why a song lyric or some dumb like Instagram reel sound or like some political slogan just gets stuck and starts repeating in your head over and over again? Because repetition is ritual, right? You've been seeing it everywhere, and so now it's in the back of your mind. So ritual implants spells, right? And spells shape belief, and then belief shapes behavior, and then behavior becomes your reality. So ritual creates reality. This is why the ancients said words are wands or wards, right? Words are wand. So every word you hear, every thought you entertain is casting a spell. So words or spells, feelings are the roots of that spell. Repetition is the water that grows the poison tree. Okay, so here's the esoteric kicker. If a thought triggers you into feeling, it's not in your head anymore. It's in your field. It's in your toroidal field. Okay. It's in your bioelectric field. It's gone cellular. That's why in bioenergetics, Lowen called it bioenergy, right? Reich was the kind of perv, he was like orgo and sexual energy, yeah, man. But actually, Lowen actually had this very scientific approach to it, right? He's trying to keep things very pragmatic, right? You always have two of those people, right? Bandler, Grinder, those guys, myself and Ryan G, right? It's just a code. It's just a code, right? We just follow the code. And it's the thing is, a thought that nests in your body will start to move you, okay? So beware of the thoughts that sit with you for a very, very long time, like rumination. That's what overthinking is, right? I used to have a teacher, she was like, why are you all talking to the wall? Right? You're like chewing cud, like ruminating cows, yeah. Okay. Shout out Miss Ruchi, from high school. But she was saying, am I talking to a wall? Right? Like, where is the response from these individuals that are listening? Right? So this energy is very, very powerful. Okay. Rumination tells you where your nervous system is focusing in on. It's the dial of your attention, right? So this isn't just mindset work. We're really dealing with like a spiritual and psychic hygiene, right? It's a spiritual performance tuning. It's warriorship. So if you want to win this war, you got to learn the art of detachment and discharge. So first and foremost, here's how you can practice. You witness the thought like a Pokeball, right? Capture it. Gotta catch them all. Gotta catch them all, right? Once you can capture it by being conscious, by changing your breathing patterns, you just take it. You look at it. You observe it. You witness the thought. You don't worship the thought. You witness the thought. And then you feel the thought without feeding it. Let the sensations arise. You don't act on it. So let's say I'm not good enough. I'm witnessing this thought. Sensation is arising. It feels heavy, man. Don't dance to it. Don't act on it. Just feel it and breathe it. Okay. And why am I seeing it outside of my body? Right? Because I'm going to change it and I'm going to interrupt the spell. So I'm going to breathe it into it. Some mantra. Shake it a little bit. And put it back into my head. Bring the thought down to your heart. Recycle, recycle, recycle the thought. Thank you for this thought, for being here. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for being here. I'm not good enough. Good enough for what, though? I'm not good enough for being me, right? So, good enough for what, bro? What am I even worried about? Drop it, drop it, drop it. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me that my competence is through my presence in the present moment, right? So break the pattern before the roots are deeper. Now you choose an action that plugs you into your own signal. You listen to a song that changes your mood. You choose a chant. You choose a new breath, right? You choose something, some action that plugs you into your own rhythm, your own signal again. Because I'm not good enough is not a thought that I want in my head anymore. Make that doubtful, indecisive thought, hesitant thought into an affirmation. Immediate. You're asking all the wrong questions. Worry is asking the questions for you. It's like, how do I, right, stop my mind from overthinking? If that's really the question that you have, you're going to get the answer. You already know the answer. But because when you stop moving to the beat of the matrix, you start moving to the beat of something else. What is that? The beat of your own soul, perhaps. Right? So this is energy mastery. This is how you stop becoming a pawn in somebody else's ritual. Right? This is what a lot of people do. They will try to shut someone down so much that they trauma bond with them. You guys notice this? They start yelling at you. It was like like a father disciplining their kid, hoping that you don't have the self-esteem or the ability to get out of that constriction, right? And forget half of these toxic thought loops. They don't even start with you. That inner critic, it might be your mom's disappointed face coded into your amygdala. And now every time it's like, are you sure you want to do that? It's like the mom's voice is showing up through your voice, but it's showing up through your voice, but it's really the mom's voice, right? Or the inner critic may even be grandpa's voice, still echoing through your bloodstream, right? A fear of failing or some generational curse. That's just uninterrupted programming passed down like family recipes. So here's the thing about ancestral patterns. They're only chains if you keep carrying them. They become the wings the moment you break the loop. So don't just think positive. It's cute, but it won't save you. Purge, detox, discharge, right? Rewrite the spell. Okay. What was I saying about enzymes the other day? Hold on. I said enzymes are divine hackers. You want to break the plastic spell? Don't just sage your home. Enzyme that bitch. Paul Check dropped a gospel. Enzymes break down the invaders, but the sacred secret is once your body feels safe enough and mineral fed enough, it starts cleaning house on its own. So detox is self-love on an elemental level. Isn't that beautiful? So remember, the thought is not the problem. Your relationship to that thought is the problem. Thoughts are like stray dogs. You feed them, they follow you home. You pet them, right? They start sleeping on your couch. So don't let them build a nest in your skull. All right, little doggy, I'm gonna take you to the shelter, right? Don't let him rent space in your sacred temple, rent free. You want to cleanse your mind? Sure, you can take care of a dog. I'm not saying that, but I'm using this as an analogy, right? Cleanse your breath, cleanse your posture, cleanse your voice, cleanse your movement. Because then the game isn't one up here, it's one down here. That's a real win. Okay. It's a real win. All right. Peak performance shamans signing off. Stay sharp. Stay sovereign today. I hope this helps you out. Let's get it. Remember, overthinking is just under feeling. Just let that emotional constipation out. Stop blocking the flow. Okay. Stop shaming and judging it. Instead, set it free. Set it free, set it free, set it free. You cannot put a butterfly in a jar, set it free. Okay, let's get it. Upward spiral gang. May we never be the same again. Yeah, let's go. Boom. Peace, guys. Much love, much love. Mashallah. Let's go. Upward spiral. Yeah. Amen. Amen. Shalom, salam, swaha. You already know.